Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you here. Rainy day here in Sacramento, California. Looking ahead to the weekend. It's going to be an awesome weekend of football. San Francisco 49ers going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Lots of 49er fans ready to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge after the 1-2 start. I know that the 49ers are a really good team, and with a lot of really good teams, you get a lot of band wagon jumpers, or try to jump on for a championship run. And the Niners have been good for a few years, so it's hard to say that we still have these people jumping on the bandwagon. But you can see a lot less 49er hats, a lot less 49er shirts and sweatshirts around town these days. I guess these fans don't remember last year. Last year we were in the same position, 1-2 going into week 4. We had lost to the Seahawks. We had lost to the Colts. I knew the Colts was going to be a good, tough game. I honestly thought that we could have pulled it out. But looking at 1-2, we really, flipped up the afterburners, and we were ready to kick some ass going into week 4. And we went into Houston, I believe, on the road and kicked the shit. I think that Texans only scored 3 points that game. It was like a 30-3 game, something like that. I know that we won by a landslide, and that really was the start of the end for the Texans. I believe they had lost the week before, but that was their big 14-game losing streak was right there. We really handed it to them. They really should have won the game in Seattle. But they stepped up and they threw that interception to Richard Sherman that he returned back to win the game, if you remember that one. But the Niners, they got to play like champions. They have to play like they want to win this game. Philadelphia is a good, tough team. Nick Foles is a great quarterback. He took that hit at the end of last week's game, but he's going to be fine and he's going to bounce back. And you know that team is going to rally behind Nick and make sure that he's going to be good and healthy. You can see how that whole team stepped up for their quarterback getting hit like that. And I know the NFL has stepped in and said the guy who hit him shouldn't have been ejected. It was a legal football move. But I don't know. He's a legal guy out there on the field, but he is the quarterback. And I understand there's a lot of defensive players that just want to get that hit on the kicker or the quarterback because they're the least defensive guy out there on the field at the time of an interception. But some of those plays like that are just sort of chicken shit. You're going to get on SportsCenter for getting a hit like that, but sometimes they don't need to be taken. I know that the NFL takes a lot of hits for protecting their quarterbacks, but that's a hit that just really didn't need to be done. The Eagles, since Chip Kelly's came there, they've really been moving the ball around. Sproles coming there has been a real big fit for that team. They also have McCoy in the backfield. They can't really name a few of their wide receivers out there, but they're getting it done. I mean, you could tell by the season that the Eagles had last year that they were going to be coming back and they were going to be a big, huge hit. But the 49ers' key to winning this game, I think, is just watching those penalties. They're going to make sure when they're on defense, they're not going to be hitting guys with the crown of their helmet, getting that sort of unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. They got to stop running their mouth. And they just got to find ways to, get plays done. If a guy runs the ball up the middle for 10 yards, just tackle him, get up, get back on defense, and know that they have a first down, and their defense is good enough that where they're going to hold them, where they're not going to get another first down. Don't be, jawing off with the guy into his face and, throwing headbutts and pushing and shoving, because the NFL is never going to go after the guy who makes the first hit. They're always going to go after the guy who makes the second hit. It's the way the referees have always done it, to sort of keep the play on the field, keeping the play on the field. Kaepernick has to be able to spread that ball around. I know that people looked at last week's totals against the Arizona Cardinals, saw that Frank Gore only had, I believe, 6 carries on the day. He's already came out and he said, you know what, he's going to do whatever he has to do to make sure this team wins. He's not going to be a guy who's going to pout and cry that he didn't get 20 to 30 carries. If the team's going to be able to win and he only touched the ball 6 times, he only touched the ball 6 times. The win is the most important thing to the San Francisco 49ers, and that's the good way to play the game. Having the five receiver sets out there I think is going to be a key to winning a lot of the games, especially a team like Philadelphia, but most importantly, the team like Seattle. You were able to see Stevie Johnson really step up and have his first real big game as a San Francisco 49er. I think that's one of the reasons they really brought him into camp. But, it seems that we're also going to have Vernon Davis. They had made him inactive before last week's game due to an injury, but he's already said that he's already 100% and he's ready to go. Having him out there on the field is going to be a big help in order to get this done. Also, Anthony Davis making his return to the team. But the Niners, we're going to be good to go. This is a tough game for us, but I believe we got to win, and I believe in them. No way in the world do I see us going 1-3. We got to get that game back on Seattle. We're going to need some help from around the NFL. I think they have a bye this week. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember seeing them on my NFL Pick'ems video yesterday. But go Niners. Let's get this win. Beat them Eagles. Rub it in Bobby's face. Sorry, Bobby. Your team sucks.